Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another round, Season 5, of course, round number 8, of course. And we'll get into that in just a moment, but before we do, if we have time at the end of the video, we will do and participate in the event for this year's, the event that we've got here, on the F1 esports event. Basically, this event could earn us or could help us qualify for the 2019 Formula Esports series, of course. So we will do one run in that if we've got time at the end of the video. I'm pretty sure we will, but obviously we'll get into round number 8 for the French Grand Prix, obviously, and we'll see what we can do here, of course. Now, last time out in the Canadian Grand Prix, we finished in a respectable P number 3 behind the McLaren, and I can't remember who won. I think it was Ricardo, of what I'm aware, or it wasn't any of the big three, if that makes sense, or any of the three leaders, and myself, Bottas, or obviously the other one is Alonso. So obviously I can't remember who won. I'll just have a quick look so we are right. It was who won last race? Yeah, it was Daniel Ricciardo who won last. No, sorry, Sebastian Kimi Räikkönen. That's who won the last race. And yeah, obviously things went good last time out. Obviously we're gonna now get on with this round number 8. We'll see how things go, obviously, today at round number 8, the French Grand Prix. And this will be the final video of the week before next week. And next week, what's going to come out, okay? I'm going to be bringing out a different type of video next week as well. I just want to make you aware of that. It'll be a documentary that I've been working on over the last few months. I'm not going to give anything away. It'll come out on Tuesday, the documentary, okay? Just to let you know. So, you know, I think you'll enjoy the documentary, I hope. Lots of different facts and things in that documentary. So, it is good. It's been nicely composed, I think, personally. So, obviously, that'll come out on Tuesday the 16th. So, obviously, be on the lookout for that documentary. You know, and yeah, obviously that will come out next Tuesday. Obviously, we'll be doing 3 rounds in terms of Formula 1 next week as well. Plus, we're also going to be doing... we'll also be doing, obviously, as well, on top of that, my reaction to the Chinese Grand Prix, to the 1000 Grand Prix, which has been building up this weekend, and this week in general. So yeah, alright, through turns 1 and 2, going a bit wide in turn 2 and also a bit wide in turn number 1. Now, I do like this circuit, by the way. Very, very good circuit, I think, personally. Through fast right-hander into turn 11. I love this section of the track, personally. Very, very lovely. When you get it absolutely right.
You seem to have a solid handle on the lap. Let's try and perfect each turn.
Alright,
Remember that chaining good corners together will give you a consistency bonus.
Alright, this time got it good through turns 1 and 2. Very good so far on this lap. I think we should get purple score as long as we deliver just a good second sector, or final sector should I say. Ooh, I think that could have just blown.
This is the last lap of the program. Final lap of the program.
That slightly cost us. I will go again, obviously. Right now, I don't feel like we're doing enough to quite get the purple score. Feel like we need to do a very, very good final sector. That's that then done. We'll come back in. We got the green score, so we'll racked up 25 points there. Laps now sort of invalidated, just coming in here. I know this is a weird line to take, but you might as well. It's just easy. Alright, so that's that. So that's obviously the first few sort of laps done. So we didn't get the purple score there, but we did get some points, at least 25 resource points, which is obviously still a fairly decent run. We'll now put on a car setup to just try and balance it. I feel like, really, I don't know what was wrong there. It didn't feel like the car had grip, if that makes sense. So I hope the setup that we're going to use in a minute will work. I'm going to use this setup here. Just to help us in terms of the grip. Hopefully, and then we'll see. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure it will work.
Okay,
we're gonna go for the race strategy now, quickly. We'll do that, and then we'll get on to qualifying for the French Grand Prix. One of my favourite countries in the world, by the way, France is. I'm going there on holiday this year. I really, really like France. Beautiful country. And I actually would say, if you do get the opportunity, take it. Go to France. Probably one of the best countries in the world. You know, the language is nice, very easy to learn. You know, the food is excellent as well. Yeah, it's just a really, really nice country overall. So, honestly, I have to say. And also another thing about France. Obviously, you got the Tour de France, of course, which is fantastic. Alright, first sector, reasonable. keep on doing fastest first sector, and then I bet you in the middle we're down for whatever reason. 7/10 there, down on the middle sector, so we lose a ton of time in the middle. And then we sort of gain back quite a hefty chunk in the final as well.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
So as you'll see, watch, I bet you we'll do probably fastest first sector. Wouldn't surprise me if we did. And then, oh no, slightly down. But then in the middle, for whatever reason, we just lose even more time. I know you need a good engine also, maybe we're down on power, like 3/10 down there. Despite in the first sector, we were around less than, you know, in that first sector we were about 0.8 or something like that. We weren't much down. Second sector we're about almost half a second down.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
No, we're about 8/10 down on Fernando Alonso. I wonder if this is actually our pace maybe for this race. Are we that far behind McLaren around a circuit like this? I don't know. If we are, that's not good. Well, I hope not. But right now, all indications are, I know it's practice, but that's a big margin. 8/10 of a second. Huge. Okay, our race pace is good. Again, losing about half a second in that middle sector.
Super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
So right now, all indications are we are behind McLaren by almost a second. Hopefully that isn't the case come qualifying. In terms of race pace, we seemed okay. Like first sector, we seemed to be matching, but yeah, certainly isn't what we want to be a second down, you know. And in fact, my teammate also finishing about a second down. I don't think we're that far behind, in all honesty. I'm probably just been a bit, how can you put it? I guess a bit anxious, I guess, if you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not, you know, just trying to build up maybe a bit of drama, if that makes sense. But obviously, if that is really what it is, a second in really around this circuit, that's huge hammer blow in terms of development wise. We've really taken a step back then, and that could really be the fate of our season. Game over, more or less, because I'm not saying obviously we're out, but yeah, And it's raining. Oh dear, dear, dear. Right, we're gonna go out because I don't think it's gonna get
Checks
drier.
complete. We're ready.
So we're gonna go out now for our first flying lap of sorts. Obviously, intermediate conditions right now, not best. Like, yeah. Maybe it could though help the inters. Maybe we need a session that's wet. So just maybe, I don't know, just sort of maybe even up the playing field. Even though this probably fares well for Red Bull, who obviously do tend to go well in these conditions. For myself, I'm not great in these conditions, quite honestly. But nonetheless, right, going a bit wide. Ooh, taking out Bollard there. I let my guard down. Come on, someone I love. Oh dear. These conditions are treacherous. Not good. Alright, through first corner. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Don't think we lost much time, but bit, you know, annoying. Alright, power up. All the way down the straight now, as you literally just have to then brake, hit the curb on the left. Trying to get a good exit here. I think we're doing okay. We're keeping up with Red Bull quite nicely. That was very nice through there. So far, this lap ain't that bad. We're in fact gaining on the Red Bull so far, so I'm expecting to go quicker than Verstappen as long as we keep it all nice and tidy in the final sector. Lost certainly a lot of time there, but we still go fastest, so at least I know that there's probably time on the table then, certainly in the last sector, through the last corner, probably about, I'm not going to say a second, but I certainly lost easily, must have done easily half a second or so, because obviously, yeah. But not bad for first lap anyway. Right now, that is provisional pole. Weather update.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:41.9.
Weather report.
expected to ease up in the next few minutes. We should see a dry line start to form fairly rapidly, so make sure to cool your tyres down the straights. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
So apparently it could dry up, so times I imagine will get faster and faster. And already Fernando Alonso going fastest. So we may see a slick run towards the end of the session. But if not, times will be blistering. Certainly on the Inters anyway. We're a bit out of fuel now, so gotta get the car back to the pits. What? Next lap and this lap invalid? Forget that. Just gonna use a flashback here because I hate that. And literally, we're creeping in because we've got no fuel. So, obviously, we'll now prepare for our second final run. Whether that'll be on the Inters or the wet, or the dries, only time will tell. Right now, I've got a feeling it will be on the Inters, but it's going to be very, very close. Just depends on a few things. Time left in the session. Then yeah, we'll prepare the Inters. We'll now fast forward time. If we see any dry times popping up, then yeah. No, we'll see how the track is. All right now, I don't know what we go on. Right. So it will be dries. I can confirm them that. So need to get them the dry tyres ready. And we'll be going out then on the dry tyres towards the end of the session. Right now, teammate is on pole position, but times will improve. Okay, gradually of course. So right now it looks like times are about 1:28. So we'll go out now, I think, for our final run. So here we go then for a final run, obviously on the dry tyres, so obviously the time will be bumped up. So basically this, obviously for everyone, ineffectively is a one run now qualifying. Right now we're in 12th, but just ignore that. Imagine that just says P0 right now, because realistically, once we do the run on the next, well, on this set of tyres, effectively, we will have a better lap, a lap more representative, because times will improve, and obviously we're going to get probably the most driest circuit possible, and maybe the best circuit possible. So realistically, things should be in our favour quite nicely here, going into this final run. So I'm looking forward to this actually, because obviously we'll have the best tyres for the run. But at the same time, will we have a car capable of pole position? So, just gonna put the car into its correct modes. Just making sure we are ready for when we do this one flying lap. And literally we'll just improve everywhere. Alright, our final corner, 15 seconds to go. And here we go then, on a lap so much quicker through there. Right, down now we're back straight. So right now 7 seconds up, still doing fastest middle sector just about, so we must have blistered that first sector. Going down to 4th temporarily. Not good through there. Is that where maybe we've lost pole today? I don't know. Where is it? I think it's P2.
We're really pleased.
Yeah. Well, how much were we off? If we were off by, I would say, less than a tenth. I think we lost pole. Oh, exactly 1/10 to be exact. So did we lose pole in that final sector? I think it's really, really close. I think if we didn't make the mistake, I think it would certainly be a lot closer. I'm not going to say it would have been pole, but certainly a lot closer. It could have been very, very marginal. It was very, very marginal, but yeah. So P2 on the grid, that's not bad for today's race, of course. So let's see what we can now do in the race, and let's see if we can beat both Alonso and Bottas to victory, obviously, here in the French Grand Prix. And hopefully we can. This is where we picked up our first race win last season. That took us to the championship. Obviously, if we win today, it'd be our second race win this season, so obviously it'd be much better, of course, bearing that in mind, of course. So we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully, nonetheless, we will do it. Get obviously the race win. That's what we've come here for. And it is raining. Oh, so will we see mixed conditions? By the looks of it, we could. So looks like this is going to be an interesting one. Whether or not we go on to the inters, I have no idea throughout this race. By the looks of it, ladies and gents, because by the looks of it, it will rain and it is going to be a continuous downpour. So obviously the track will get wetter, but will it get wet enough throughout the course of this race? Why aren't we going anywhere? What's going on? Sometimes it does that, this game. Right, so
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in
I
formation.
think we'll be
Start
coming
bringing
in
the car up to
first
temperature,
lap.
please. Get some load into the tyres and work the
So
brakes.
that
We want them
was
nice and warm by the end of the lap.
very horrible. Yeah, we're going to be coming in first lap. I do not give a shit. I just wanted to test that. So this first lap, we're going to be creeping around, by the way. Set intermediate.
Okay, fitting intermediate tyres next.
So obviously, we're going to be going literally soon as this race starts. We're not going to be racing, we're just going to be surviving the first lap. So it really don't matter how warm these tyres are. I guess the warmer the better still, so I will try and keep them just warm. Obviously haven't started racing. Making them just a tad warmer than what maybe our opponents will have, just to give us 1 or 2 extra meters of grip. Because I honestly fear that when we get around, we're not gonna have the grip through the entire circuit. And you just see there, like, right now we're just using low revs. Even Alonso doesn't look complete. But then, do we stay out and try and risk it? The thing is, I think it's too much of a risk. So, as we line up for what is going to probably be a wet French Grand Prix.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as
We're
the
about to find out who has the fastest slick tyres in this first lap sort of thing. The best car for driving in intermediate conditions on slicks. So, as the lights now come on. 5 red lights, it's lights out and away we go. We make a good start. Just obviously pulling away nice and gently. Don't want to get too much wheel spin, especially in these conditions. Well, I see it, as long as we get around, that's our main duty in this first lap or two. And so far, you know what? Am I wrong? Haven't had any issues. It's just about though. So far, car feels good. So far, don't feel like there's too much wheel spin. But then, having said that, I know the moment we start trusting the... Yeah, see, the moment that you start trusting the car. I think we could maybe do a few more laps than one lap. Just wanted to test that theory. So literally, I think we're going to be probably staying out maybe a little bit longer than I anticipated. Okay? But then we're so wide through there, I don't know. Should we, shouldn't we? I don't know. What do we do? And the thing is, our teammate would put us in a counter strategy, so... that's annoying. Because our teammate, effectively, because we're behind him, he will get...
Next time you come in.
Our teammate will get effectively or ineffectively first stop unless we can get past him. But right now, tyres are starting to give me a bit of good feedback here. Tyres are saying... I'm not saying race, but they're saying race. Sort of thing. They're not saying that it's impossible right now, so the tyres are good. They're clearly doing their job. So much understood through there. Right. Gonna be... Oh, lovely. Gotta be decisive here. 138. That's how slow we're going. That is slow. Alright, tires are quite good right now, they are keeping up, so we're going to switch back to standard strategy. Obviously through here, just impossible. I need to conquer that a moment, but we are going to switch back. Oh dear. See, it's just, the thing is, when you're trying to make adjustments in this weather, it's just so difficult. Because I don't want to make a wrong call, sort of thing, and then basically wreck our race. Because I know any of these laps we could literally box and then go on for the inters sort of style.
In this lap, push now.
I've never done a Grand Prix like this, I don't think, where literally it comes down to so many small factors.
Right, just getting very close to the crossover point now. Stay out if you have the pace. As soon as you hit the limit, come put the inters on.
Alright, here we go, lining up a manoeuvre on Mr. Bottas. Good side-by-side racing. Oh dear, oh dear. Made a small bit of contact with Bottas. I knew it was going to go wrong at some point through there. So he sort of moves into me. And that's the reason why, and you just sort of witnessed it there again. He sort of moved into me. Oh dear. This ain't the good stuff. Somebody to here, somebody to hold. I'm just gonna stay out for 1 or 2 more laps. Make on this lap. Just want to make sure that it's still dry enough for slicks. I don't want to put on a new set of tyres or wrong set. I want to make sure that wherever we go on to next is just about good enough. I'm happy through there. it's slidey right now, but overall, I'm happy. I don't feel like...
Okay, we think the effects of the tyre deg are going to kick in soon. We should be alright for the time being, but you will start to find it a bit more slippery out there. Okay, we can take you this lap.
So, Bottas coming in, I'm coming in.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits.
So Bottas will get sort of delayed by me, which is a bit unfortunate for him, but I guess it's alright for me.
Up to speed now. Let's get some...
Oh, for crying out loud, that is so slippery. Like, sorry if I'm using quite a lot of flashbacks, but I've never driven in these conditions, and it's so unusual. It's like, the way I could describe it, it's like driving on ice, but on slick tyres, and that is honestly the only way I can describe it right now to you. Because 1 minute you may have grip, a little bit, but then the next minute, literally grip gone. And that's the issue right now. Like, the car is good. I knew I was going to pick up a penalty there. But literally, point is, okay, right, where you're, because you're on slick tyres, you're tempted to brake later, if that makes sense. And I want to brake later, because obviously, I'm on slicks. But, at the same time, it's so hard to judge whether or not, on how much speed you should be taking into this corner. Like, for instance, right, here the car feels like it's understeering away from me, so I'm having to slow down more. But on the next lap, it could feel fine through there, honestly. That's the way it feels right now. And it's so, so difficult, honestly. I've never driven in, well, conditions quite like it on this game, at least. Like, I guess it would be good experience. Like, and just feel the wheel spin, honestly, and just feel it. And it's horrible. And it's more or less every corner. I'm just praying that my fronts are going to grip the surface like that, you know. Like through there, like I feel the car just understeering. And again, just feel that car not giving me really, how can you put it, the grip that I want overall. And then Alonso, that just allows Alonso to get a sniff. In the straight line, I don't think we're affected too much.
The gap behind us is 2.4 seconds.
But, yeah. It's not good. Like through here now it feels quite nice. And Alonso going slow. See through there, I told you, like different lap, feels very good. The car doesn't feel like it's doing anything uncharacteristic. And just there a moment ago, just felt that wheel spin, so I had to take a bit of a break off the power slightly. And then here, like, I just feel wheel spin again, like, more than what you do in the dry.
0.6 seconds.
And I think the lap times do reflect the weather right now. If you look at lap times, best lap time so far is for me is a 1:38.6 or something like that. Ridiculously slow. Should be doing like 1:33s, you know. So about 5 seconds a lap down right now.
Nice move. Good job.
So through here the track feels much better. Not gonna lie. Don't feel like, oh yeah, you could go flat out, but it feels good or better. Weather conditions.
Say that again, we're having trouble receiving. Okay. Our main competitors in this race are Vettel and Ricardo.
Weather report.
This light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So right now doing 1:41.5s. Honestly, just cannot do anything faster. Honestly, I think that's me pushing the limit there. I'm literally just trying to see how much faster we can go, and as soon as I do that, I just feel the car twitch, which is annoying. Teammates in the pits. You know what, is it time?
Valtteri is in for his stop.
I don't know. It's horrible right now. It really is horrible. Yeah. I've got nothing to say really, just horrible conditions. Valtteri Bottas.
Didn't catch that. Say again.
Teammate status.
Gap to teammate behind is 42.5 seconds. They're on fresh ultra softs.
Okay, fresh ultras. This weather is a joke.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Right. Oh. And what's even more joke about it, literally, we're all doing similar pace, like, and no one's able to eke out a gap because, literally, right, where I'm weak, obviously, is down that main straight, and obviously, I can't eke out a gap because, obviously, the wheel spin, and then they can't really overtake me through the first and second sector because this is where I am strong, sort of thing, through here and all like that. But clearly, like, as you can see, look, right, I've got about, what, let's say, so I've got about over a second, just under a second in terms of gap. Now watch. So going through middle sector or first sector, first few corners, not bad. I haven't opened up any more of a gap than what I just had, I don't think. And through here. Not bad, still not bad. See them. Okay, this time I think we're probably a bit further ahead for whatever reason. Just a bit. My teammate does the new fastest lap.
Just put in the fastest lap of the race.
In all honesty, don't know about you, but it does seem like rain is easing slightly. Feels like as well. And you know what? Am I picking up speed or is it just me? I think the circuit is drying. As I just said that.
We're leading our teammate by 37.2 seconds.
What? 3-second time penalty. You're having an absolute laugh, aren't you? What did I get 3 seconds? I think it was for that little corner cut. That ain't 3 seconds. Oh fuck. We did it twice. Anyway, circuit feels like it's drying anyway. I feel like I am getting on the power just more easy without having to fear about the wheel spin, which is something new. Weather report.
We'll be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
So even though it says 20 minutes light rain, let's just test something. I can tell you that that's the first time. I've not saying I took it flat out 8th gear, but that's the first time. So yeah, it is definitely dry on the track now. Or drier. And you can see, pace is
There's only
gone
one lap of fuel remaining.
upwards. So 1 lap now to go. We enter the final lap.
This is your final lap of the race.
Now 2 seconds clear
2.3 seconds.
as the track is slightly drier than it was before. Right, it hasn't been the perfect race, but it's been a bit of an experience in all honesty. And I think that's what I've got to take from today. Like, a new experience, because in a way, what this race has been, it's been a challenge today. Okay, yeah, we've used quite a few, maybe more flashbacks today than I anticipated, but then the weather is so tricky to read today, and that's no joke. I am literally, even now, thinking, am I carrying too much speed into the corner? Or have I applied enough power? Because literally, don't apply enough power, too slow away. Don't apply, or don't take right speed into the corner, you're too fast here today, unfortunately, due to the weather, and crash, you're off, more or less. So it's only, in the end, gonna be one of few things, and yeah, it's just so tricky to get right today, unfortunately, and that's really been the problem. So I'm going to take this win with a bit of a pinch of salt, but I am going to say well done to myself, because this was probably the most trickiest race of a season, and we didn't do too bad overall, I don't think. We did quite good overall, so
Brilliant result. Well done.
yeah, take it with a pinch of salt, but also we didn't do too bad in these conditions. Considering I'm good in dry conditions, considering I'm okay in wet conditions or bad in wet conditions, today wasn't bad in really what was very difficult conditions to read. Very difficult, honestly. So yeah. So overall in the championship, we now overtake our teammate, who is nowhere. Wow. So yeah, right now, constructors were 43 points ahead of us, Mercedes, but obviously, as you can understand, I'm not saying we're going to win the constructors, but we're certainly looking very strong in the constructors, you know, still. I wouldn't put it past us to win another constructors together. That would be our second constructors trophy within the space of 2 years, which would be brilliant. Of course.
How are you feeling after that win?
So yeah. I feel great. Our investment. I'm just gonna say.
Another podium. You must be getting used to it up there. What do you think made the difference between this weekend and last weekend? The weather was miserable today, but do you feel this was an advantage for you? Well, thanks anyway.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms. We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises. Okay, that proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
Hello guys, sorry about that. Someone just came to my door having a quick chat. So right, that'll be the end of today's video. See you all next time for another video.